Year 20XXAD. The first annual robot tournament was held. With 8 of the world's most powerful robots. But Mr. X, the sponsor of the tournament, took control of the robots and began to take over the world. Megaman, Mr. X, why? It's time to tell you the truth. I have been manipulating that fool, Dr. Wily, from the beginning. Now I no longer need Dr. Wily's help. Come and face my power, Mega Man. We'll stop you. Follow me, Rush. Before we start Mega Man 6, let's preface a few things. This game was not supposed to exist, but it came to fruition, as you can see. This game came out in 1993. And it's the last title on the original Nintendo. 1993 is very late into the original Nintendo's actual history, since it came out in 1985 and this came out 8 years after it. With that being said, every game after this is no longer on the original Nintendo, and now we must continue on. Let us begin. Now, something that returns from this game is Beat. Beat has four letters that, and there's 2 secret S's in certain levels. The levels are in the corners, so Desert Man, Flame Man, Yamato Man, and Centaur Man. If we want to be honest, the easiest ones to face are literally Boom Boom. Literally, they're the easiest, in my opinion. With that being said, let us begin. Thing is, with Mega Man 6, I don't really go back and play it. Out of all of the games that exist. I think there's something else in Mega Man 6 that threw me off. I think if you get hit while you're already fully charged, you have to recharge it. I think that's what I remember from this. I'm talking about your Mega Man 6 blast, since you can't actually hear it now. That's a nice cosmetic change. I don't have to hear that thing keep making that sound effect where it keeps saying the whole time. We cannot get that since we do not have Flame Man's move. Which means we just have to get to there. This wonderful enemy here is like a little mini boss, like those dog enemies you see in Mega Man 2, or the cat enemy that you see in Mega Man 3. I want to say it's Mega Man 3. And here we're gonna have a ship that goes up and down, and we have to avoid the spikes above us and the spikes below us by standing in certain spots that doesn't have us exposed to. I think there's a health power-up coming up soon. I guess we can't destroy that even if we wanted to. Didn't get that E-Tank either, because we don't have what we need to get it. Continuing on, we're nearing the end of this level, but like I said, there's 2 split paths on certain levels. I don't think we found a split path though. Then this is the normal exit. All he does is slide from side to side, and it has projectiles that will literally fall from the ceiling once he stops his little what you call it, routine. As you can see, he rolls into a ball and actually hits the wall. Good thing is they didn't program any spikes that you cannot see above us. These are actually kind of easy to dodge. As you can see, he barely does any damage to us compared to what other bosses may do to us. As you can see, we lost our fully charged Mega Buster whenever we get hit, so I did remember that correctly. I don't know if this game has him do the thing where he walks to the middle. He does. He still does that, okay. Unfortunately, we don't get the first letter, though. Oh, and we can come back and do the stage. It's not like prior Mega Man games where we are forced to continue on. I think we can't get it until we go back. Megaman stage. Until we get further along into this game, we will not be able to get access to certain items. If you play Mega Maker, those enemies should be very, very familiar. Due to the fact that whenever it first came out, this was one of the few things they implemented from Megaman VI that I can recall, since it's been near 10 years. Next 2 months from now will be 9 years since the original Mega Maker came out. And of course, I forget that you're not supposed to jump there, you're just supposed to just ride the wind. That ain't that far. So all I have to do is just redo all of that. I could have put this thing a lot closer instead of making the gate keep the darn ladder. Now we're gonna do it the right way, just walk. Don't jump. Wish I can go out there and get that, too bad I can't. Because we don't have access to anything yet. We can get this though. Alright, continuing on to our right. Got this enemy that's just like the Megaman 1 enemy, where it jumps towards you and tries to basically smush you, but as you get off the screen fast enough, you'll be fine. Does a lot of damage. Not like the one from the first game where it hits harder than that. But this one that you just fall down and get to. I figured we don't have any lives left. That one life I grabbed was all we get. Alright. And if y'all want to be generous, y'all can give me an extra life for now. Well, I don't think so. I don't think he can even reach us here. Alright, don't let the spikes hit us. That was close. Alright. We're at the end. We can't even reach that. What is Windman weak to? I don't think we have it. That's why I'm saying that. Because I don't think he's weak to this at all. And if he is, then that makes me question something. That's what I thought. Back-to-back games, we have wind-based enemies. I want to say robot masters. 5 had Gyro Man, and then 6 has Windman, as you can see. And now we are done. I think we get one of the rush thing right now. Not sure though. I know we get his wind-based attack, which is called Windstorm. Is it the little tornado thing? Yep. Windstorm. Alright. Flame Man. Now, as you can see, there's oil on the floor down there. What can happen is there's this enemy that comes in that has a little flame weapon that it can spew out, and it can ignite the oil and basically make it act like it spikes, which is, you know, instant death as soon as you touch it, as long as you're not under invincibility, as you can see. How do you expect me to make this jump? Where's my slide jump at? Why do you just stop on a dime? Don't tell me you can't slide and jump at the same time. Oh boy, why did they do that? That'll be important very soon. Soon being right here. But you can't make that jump without that little platform. I thought this thing's already... this thing's already lit. Alright. Continuing to the right. Do not let these enemies knock you out into the plane, because we cannot recover that. And we get an E-tank. Continuing on to the right, do not. I knew it. I knew I was gonna have a short jump. I knew it. And I was at the end. Right back. Alright, we're back. Here's Flame Man. All he does is jump occasionally and shoot 3 spurs of fire. Or something like that. Sometimes more. And then he does that. And as you can see, Windman is his weakness. As funny how his weakness is next to it. We get the fire blast and the rush power adapter. The F means fire, not flame. Unless it does mean flame. I think it's fire though. Alright. Plantman. Plantman has two main weaknesses, making it one of the few bosses that have more than one weakness. And I think you can figure out what those two weaknesses are. Now, as you can see, we have a power adapter. We don't actually get to use Rush like we did in prior Mega Man games. Oh no, it's not like that anymore. What we do is actually use an adapter that makes it so we can do certain moves we weren't able to before. And with this adapter, we cannot slide, but we can break blocks that have a little crack in them. It's a short range attack, but it does damage. Eddie's here, and he gives us extra life. One of the few times you see Eddie. Oh yeah, I remember this guy. This annoying thing. I think that counts as a checkpoint, or the second one does. I gotta sneeze, and if it's not coming out. Nah. I guess it went away. Do not jump. Press the jump button whenever you're under the spikes. That should go without saying, but I have to preface that before you continue. Alright, continuing to the right. And one of y'all give me more than a little bit of health. And don't let it be an enemy that can literally... I really think I was gonna forget that. At least I got some of my health back. Thought we destroyed it. It comes back. Perfect timing. And now we're done with Plantman stage. I could pick either Blizzard Attack or Fire Blast. We're gonna use the one we just got. Defeat him. Yep. He has a simple plant pattern, but I was expecting him to jump into me. The thing is, if he jumped towards us instead of jump backwards, like he just did, he would have got me, but instead we win. I only have one hit left. We have now the Rush Jet adapter. It's not like how it was previously. Instead, it's like a jetpack. Next is Tomahawk Man. Yeah, if you play a lot of Mega Maker, this music should be very familiar since it's used a lot out of the Mega Man 6 levels. Music. Okay, alright. I only have 5 specks of health. We're doing real good here. Alright, let's see what's next. A drill. Any of y'all want to give me some health? I don't need that. I haven't used anything besides this during the level. Okay. Do we have to face that thing again? Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. Alright, continuing on. Another Eddie appearance, and we get another life. And if you're asking, does this have a letter? No, it doesn't. We wouldn't be able to get this if we didn't have the Rush Jet adapter. This gives a pretty good chunk of this level. You can't go back, so you don't get to see that. There's no charge shot, but it's like using the regular Rush Jet from the previous games. And since we have this, we can go to the lower path. Unless I'm wrong and this does have 2 paths. If I am wrong, then that means they're in a different spot. And I remember this incorrectly, which is not surprising if I forgot it. If you ask me what's his weakness, I couldn't tell you. It is Plant Man. We're gonna die. So, no, we're not. There's another attack he does. He hasn't done it yet. He uses his little, feathers and shoots them towards you, but he didn't do it. Is this the letter? You get Silver T and beat B. Yep. So it's B. So all of them are at the bottom? So I remembered it wrong. So it's not the ones on the top, it's the ones at the bottom. Yeah, that makes sense. And now we're facing Yamato Man. Alright, what's in here? Besides another enemy. Don't need that. Is it that? No, it's different. Okay. A neat tank as long as you have this. Alright. And no, you can't slide if you had a jet one to either. Alright. I thought there was a slide area for a second. Spring-based enemy. Alright, you may be asking, what's this weakness? It'd be funny if it is what I think it is. Why did they program it so that you are basically facing what's weak to it next to each other? Is that intentional by design? Like, every boss but one so far is next to something that is weak to. This should be E if I was wrong. Yep. Yep. Next is Nightman. And we're facing him in the capital of science. And this music should be familiar too. One thing that sucks is every time you transition to this, they play that little cutscene. Every time. I think this outright takes him out. Yup, it does. Uh-huh. Imagine an enemy that hits me is what causes me to live. Not much to say except for there's a lot of spikes in here. It's like a booby trap castle. Oh, this one still makes the sound, but not the other one? That made no sense to change one and not the other. Eddie, yep, Eddie, what you got? Health. Another extra life. Might as well be another set, but might as well be health. Is this right before the Eddie pump? Yes, it is. Yeah, we're just gonna breeze through this. just gonna ignore it that y'all exist. Just to get past y'all. Right before the editing room. That would have been a perfect checkpoint right there. And yes, this goes a certain height. So they can't far exceed that height. Alright, let's destroy this. And let's go. I think this can destroy that. It can't. That's what I thought. I missed the first time. Yeah. I like to be safe and sorry when it comes to this little spike jump. Alright, this is Nightman. What is he weak to? And before it's Yamato Man, because that's what it seems like it is. Everybody's weak to each other that's next to each other. Yep. Does it pierce through his shield? Yep. It looks like it does. It does. It pierces through his shield, so of course it's more easily to it. And now we have a letter A. Let us get letter T from Centaur Man. This one's quite obvious where his is. We're in the ancient city. The ability unknown is probably the wisest thing they could have said, because it's like one of the better time stopping moves. Don't know how you get time stoppage from a centaur, but okay. Must be something that I don't know about centaurs. Besides the ones from Final Fantasy II that I still hate. If you know, you know. I really need to redo Final Fantasy 1 and 2 again. Never. I could have died here. Was their aim to make this a water-based stage? Because they get exceeded if that's the case. They exceeded expectations when it comes to this. Alright. Upside down water. They want you to trust that water up there. No. 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 That ain't happening. What do you have for us this time? The first time we don't get a useful item since we haven't really used anything outside of this. They're not gonna reach us, so what's the point? Okay, so as you can see, there's a big gap. I think pretty much to get there, you actually need one of these adapters. I don't think you can go back to level since, you know. I'm not sure. It's been a while. Alright, Centaur Man. Is it Nightman? Yep, it's Nightman. He didn't even stop time for once. And now we are done with the main Robot Masters. Unfortunately, Beat is not as useful as he used to be. In this game, he was heavily nerfed. And that's Centaur Flash. There you go, Mr. X levels. Let's see if it actually follows the path that is set for. Literally window that's breakable. My memory serves me correct. Yep. Still wild that they expect you to do this in one turn. I don't know how, but... Like, what do you expect me to do here? Like, let's just reset all of this before I even start. What do you expect me to do here? Like, is it just breakable without this, or do you have to use this? It doesn't look like you need to use that, but I think there's something else. I'm not sure. Could be wrong. What do you use? Yeah, that's what I thought. That don't work. That don't work. I would hope. Yeah, that don't work either. So what could you possibly use that you could break that with? Out of all the things that you have, you would think it's this. And it is that. That's weird to do it that way, though. Gotta do a little finicky jump just to get that. Risk dying trying to do it. But I somehow did it whenever I actually got to break it. Gotta do a little basic hop. That was 4 lives? Yes, it was. And we're at the boss already. Isn't this the thing I think it is? Yes, it is. I think it's Wiki Yamato's spear. The issue is aiming at it. Secondary weakness. What else could it be? Freaking dismiss. I didn't come in with full health, so I'm okay with that. Which one is it? What are you weak to? You gotta aim at a certain spot anyway. It's not that. Guess we'll just use this. Do they not have iframes? Yes, they do, but they're so short you can't even notice it. I don't even think you can slide on them, so I think it's impossible to dodge any of this. Well, that was fun. So, next level. Alright. Oh. Fill this back up. And... wow. Doesn't fit down here. Guess we'll never know. Come on, thank you. I keep forgetting there's no slide jump for some reason. See, seriously, I'm pressing jump. He doesn't jump. You get the slide, you just don't get the slide jump. Which makes you feel like you're jumping higher, even though you're probably barely jumping any higher. Thank you for not putting any enemies there. There's nothing down here, it's just a little gimmick. Don't let that kill you. Here I am wasting it as soon as I refill it. Okay, alright. Continue to the right, are we done? I think we're close to being done. Well, we have lives to spare, so it doesn't matter. Is this what I think it is? Yes, it is. Just get rid of me. Now, this boss is why I hated this game. You see, what you have to do is, his weakness is this. And with all the shaking and stuff, kind of disorienting to try to hit him. That little spot that's blinking, that's where you have to hit. And it's kind of hard to angle it in a way to make it so you hit it. Good thing is the projectiles barely do any damage to you. Bad thing is you're trying to avoid and everything, and you have to focus on 3 things while trying to hit him. Or hit. And we won. Jeez. Alright. Unfortunately, well, technically, that was not my wisest choice. I just saw life and then just said, okay. Pretend you don't exist, okay? Cool, glad we agree. I wish you had a charge shot. Makes no sense why they didn't give you one, too. That's the only issue with that rush jet adapter. If you get hit mid-air while you're using it, you fall like a rock. For the spinning sense, that's what his real name is in the actual Japanese version of Rockman instead of Megaman. Still funny how they went from Rock to Mega. Damage boost through him. We think those can't attack us, so. But that one can. One sliver of HP. Barely any health back. I love that slowdown right there. Yeah, I kinda need this, so I hope you give me some more. You don't. For platforming, using this is actually optimal. And now we are at the boss. What is this boss? Let's see if I can remember it correctly. Again. Well, I don't remember. I think it's Nightman. I don't know. I don't know. It's not. It is not. It's not. It's not. Don't even try it. It's not. Is it the spear? Nope. This? Nope. If it's this, that's weird. This, miss. Oh, you think you're gonna kill me after I found out your weakness and this takes too much weapon energy? Yeah, no. With all due respect, no. Alright, we're now at the X. There we only have one sliver of blizzard attack left. Yeah, you're getting refilled. Fortunately, it's kind of hard to refill any of your stuff in these levels. It's always worth getting an easy E tank. The only thing that sucks is I have to switch twice. Well, speed running that would suck, but I'm not, so. It doesn't even reach him. That's cheap. Oh, I thought you died there. You give me an option to avoid an enemy or take care of an enemy. I'm always taking the easy one. As long as it doesn't give me a heart, something that I don't want to deal with later. I thought so. You do break through this defense. Well, it begs the question, what's to the left? Let's find out. What were we gonna miss? Since I can do that, I can find out. Besides enemies. An extra life. So that path takes you the same path as the other one, but you get an extra life from that path. I don't think I need to block this. Yeah, I was not living through that. Now we can take both paths to see what's going on. Platform area used to rush it. Let's go. Ooh, could have died there. Same path, just different enemies. Yep. Now, what is this fossil? I can remember what it's weak to. Yeah, I don't remember. And you picked the first one. First one was the right one. Okay. Good thing is, Fire Blast rarely costs anything. Bad thing is, how this boss is set up is basically you're stuck in the corner trying to attack this thing. And no, this is not done. There's still more to do. My scheme for world domination has failed without it, E. But I still have enough power to destroy you. Failed without it, E. Let the final battle begin. I think this is the one that they use in Mega Maker too. Could be wrong. Let's see if we actually go that direct path. Do we go right and then down? You're giving me some free health, I'm taking it. So far it's true. Right and then left. Oh, you may be asking what's over there, because you may forget that it's there. Thing is, you have to turn this thing on as soon as you get to this screen, because if you don't, or you have to be wary, you have to go to the right, so you have to basically hug these spikes right here. Kinda hard to get over there too. Don't know how they expect you to freaking get over there. If you got the Rush Jet adapter, you would think, oh, we can just make it over there. But no, that's not how it works. Like, what do they expect you to do? We go to the right, there's spikes. We're gonna say left, there's spikes. We go to the left. Fall so fast you can't. Yeah, see? I've done it before. I don't know how I did it. It's been so long. Now you technically have to use this. Of course, I go too far fast. We'll say take the left with that gel. Be the funniest thing if we can get it and get that other spot first try. I breezed through this spot. And this one, I just maneuvered my way with the jet adapter. This time I got hit more. Because this even played an important role to getting that thing. You have to do that. Okay, you have to slow your descent. But I know it's possible. You have to slow your descent. Okay. Why is there a path to the right of that? Two of these for you. And one of these for you. That's the normal path. You didn't take this one. Nope, you're getting above him. Even though he's too tall for you to go above him. Oh, he's not? I thought he was too tall. I guess I was wrong. Give me the option to just fly over him, I will take it. And now we're facing the first Dr. Wily boss. Let's see. Is it a Brachiosaur? Yes. I already know his weakness. I already know his weakness. I already know it. Yeah, I remember this boss. Yeah, I do remember this. I know it was the first one. You're in doing this game, you have to do 2 castles. I think every Mega Man after Mega Man 3 you have to do 2 castles. Unless I'm mistaken, yeah. I think you do, because first is Proto Man, then Wily in 5. First is Cossack in 4, and then Wily. And 3 was the Dot Robots, and then Wily. No, Dot Robots, Breakman, and then the castle. Right, okay. And now we have ice physics. How many E-tanks we got? 8. I'm gonna say 6. If that was the power of momentum, he should have flew and he should have slid past us. But I guess that don't apply to y'all. Still in an ice-based area, so platforming, no. I don't think this adapter is ever seen again. We can refill Nightman's move. Doing a good job of refilling everything. Can't get up. How are you gonna do this to someone? You will have to do this. You have to quick transition. And I mean, you have to do it quick, right before you touch it, like I just did. What I was trying to do was fall a little bit, then do that, but Clearly, he felt my depressed before I did that. Anyway, what is this? I think it's Nightmare. Nope, it's not. It's a windstorm. Yes. I know, isn't it funny how I went from Nightmare to windstorm? Yeah. I was like, it's either one of those two, because nothing else has had a weakness of windstorm yet, so. Next boss. Right upright. I would think that would have been a Windman stage, but it was not. And if it was, I don't remember seeing one. Makes no sense why that wasn't in there. Thank you. Yamato Spear. Oh, Yamato, you want to say it that way. Funnily enough, Edgy doesn't show up unless it's the stages that have, what you call it? The beat letters, now that you think about it. Is this the boss rematch room? Alright, it is. First, Lizard Man. Yo, Yamato Man. Who are you next to? You're technically next to Tomahawk Man, so here we go. Seriously, left to right. It was left to right, and this is what their weaknesses are, from left to right. Except for Blizzard Man. You had to be the weird one. You would think that would be the weakness, since, you know. Fire kills the plants faster than actual cold, but, you know. At least with the cold, they can come back, but when they are burnt, it doesn't come back for a while. So, Yamato Man and Plant Man, what's next? Mr. Shield Pierce himself, Yamato Spear Bone. Probably one of the few bosses we can just do without actually worrying about getting hit. Next. Tomahawk Man? Nope, Centaur Man. Well, we already know what his weakness is. Yeah, his weakness is Centaur Slash. That's his weakness. I'm doing it in a certain pattern, so seizure-inducing things does not happen. There's that attack I was talking about earlier. Thought you were about to jump again. Okay, next. Blizzard Man should be the last one. I'm right, it is the last one. Alright. And last is Blizzard Man, which is quite obvious what his weakness is. I wish he could be affected while he's rolling still. Okay. And this makes it so we don't have to do the no remasters. I'm gonna say no on rematches with the bosses. Right, down, and right. Alright, this is the right. This is down. I love how they put an enemy above us that we can barely reach. Can't reach it. Or can beat even do anything with this thing? No? I don't think so. We can go away then. Thank you for trying at least. Eddie? And another extra life. You tell me out of all the Eddies, only one didn't give me an extra life. Okay. I remember your weakness being this wonderful thing right here. Yeah, I remember that. If you ask me what's this thing's weakness, the same thing. Yeah. Oh, that ain't it. There's still more. You may be asking, what can Beat do here? Absolutely nothing. He's here, but he doesn't do anything. Ain't that fun? You may be asking what's his weakness. You would think it's the same thing again. It's not. Oh, it is? Wow. How are you gonna program your whole entire... How are you gonna program all of them to be weak to this? Seriously, that's stupid. That was stupid. Makes the same thing weak. Three damage, okay. Does 3 damage anyway, so that's the peak of my jump, and I still can't reach him. I think that last one that comes near you is homing in on you, and I think we're done. Which means we're done with Megaman 6 in less than the time it took for me the first time to do it. And this time we see Megaman actually tie him up so he cannot escape. And he's put behind bars. Dr. Wily something. Triumphant at last, Megaman arrested the notorious Dr. Wily and brought him to justice. Sentenced to prison for his crimes. Dr. Wily now rules over a prison cell. At long last, the world is at peace. What is there to say about Mega Man 6? As I said in the intro, this game was technically not supposed to exist, but as I always have to say, but the fact that it does exist says a lot. See, this game came out at the tail end of the regular Nintendo's existence, and obviously they thought that no one was going to still play the original Nintendo since the Super Nintendo was out, so they didn't feel the need to make this title, and Capcom USA is the reason why this game exists. So if you like Mega Man 6, that's why Mega Man 6 exists. With that being said, we have never did Mega Man 7 for the channel. Only because of that final boss. That's why. That final boss sucks. But I've beaten him twice. But it still sucks. Oh my lord, I don't feel like remembering that. But the good thing is, Mega Man 8's final boss is easier compared to the 7th one. They said they intentionally made it hard. And it's notoriously so hard that they even made it an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So yeah. With that being said, let's let the credits roll and wait for it. The credits. Oh, not the credits, but the end. And that took me continued. That's right. The next game comes out on the Super Nintendo. Then the next one comes out on the PlayStation 1. And then after that, it takes a hiatus until 2008 whenever they made Mega Man 9. Which was basically Mega Man 2 plus tax. And then Mega Man 10. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yes, you can just press start if you want to redo the whole entire game. That being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Goodbye, and most of all, take care and be safe.